folks, thanks for joining me today. So today's tutorial is the first one of my mini series. I'm going to be posting one a day of my Halloween rocks. I wanted to get a lot more done, but I did only get 4. But I think the 4 that I did do are quite spectacular, and they were a lot of fun to create. And I'm here now sharing them with you. So I do want to apologize for my lack of presence on YouTube recently. I've hit a bit of a painter's block, and yeah, just sort of life gets in the way, and sometimes things that you want to do, you can't always get to. So I apologize, but I thank you very much for being so patient with me and waiting for the next tutorial to come out. I'll just spare you all the details of what's been going on in my world, and let's just dive into this and really enjoy the process of painting a potion bottle. So what I did was I took a small oval stone that I made from the Happy Dot & Company molds, and I painted it black. Then I drew on the shape of my potion bottle and put in a little bit of the details that I wanted, and then I painted it all white. While I'm waiting for the white to dry, I'm going to work on the cork that goes on the top of the bottle. Now you could make this anything that you want. You don't have to do it as a cork. You can have it left open and maybe bubbles coming out of the top, whatever you like. But this is what I ended up doing, and what I'm going to show you how I made it. So I did like the idea of the cork in there. So the color that I'm using is Cocoa and Expresso. And Cocoa is the lighter color, Expresso is the darker color. And I sort of blend them in a little bit as well, so I get the shadows that I want. Very simple, easy to do. It's almost like a little mushroom with a very wide bottom. Now I'm going to be painting the bottom of the cork that is inside the bottle. So you want to leave a little bit of space so that it looks like the outside ring of the bottle, and then put it in the center, but don't have it touching any of the sides. And this gives the illusion that it is actually corked, that it's inside the bottle and that the bottle is clear. So we're going to add some little details here. We're going to be using the color called Whispering Turquoise, and it's by DecoArt. Actually, all the paints I use in this painting are from DecoArt. And what I am doing is I'm just outlining, but on the inside of the white. And it's hard to tell from here because the colors are so close to each other. It's just that the Whispering Turquoise has a bit of a blue hinge to it, and it is hard to see, but you will see it in the end once it's all completed. What I'm doing is I am outlining basically, but I'm using the white as the outline, and then I'm just using this blue to be sort of the inside, and it's just to give like that cartoony kind of illusion of a bottle, that it's glass. And I looked at a few different ones online just to get an idea on how to do this, and I saw that the majority of them had this kind of a technique on them. So you do the white, then you do this really light blue color. You could use another color if it's a colored glass. So like if you're going to use green glass, then you could use like a green outline, but most of them that were clear used a really light blue. So that's why I chose this Whispering Turquoise. So I'm now just sort of cleaning it up, making it thick where I needed it to be thick and where I want it to be thin. And that's it. Then I let that dry. And while it's drying, we're going to put in the contents of this potion bottle or this elixir. Sorry, I always say that word with like a funny accent. Elixir. It's just fun to say. Anyways, this purple that I'm using is called Purple Pizzazz, and I am going to be painting it all in this color, and then I'm going to add a little bit of white just to lighten it up in certain areas. Um, and I really like how dark it dries. Like it looks light right now, but it does dry darker. And that's why I add a little bit of the white, because I understand the characteristics of this paint, that it will dry dark. So I want a little bit of it to be left lighter. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just throwing in a little bit of white using the same sponge brush that, or a blending brush that I was using before, and just adding a little bit of white and leaving the outsides that dark color. So this way it, again, I'm going for that cartoony kind of look, and that's why I left it as on the outsides of the dark color. So that way I don't have to go in and blend all the way to the edges. And now I'm just putting sort of the top of the elixir. I'm so sorry. It's just very fun to say. So I just do the top, so that's like the level top of the potion that's in there, or the liquid, and now I'm just doing sort of the around the outside of the edges, just to sharpen up those edges from anything that kind of got blended outside of the lines, and just cleaning it all up. And then what I do is we're going to put in some little bubbles, like it is bubbling up from the bottom and coming up to the top. Oh yes, got to add that. That's giving the other side of the bottom of the bottle, and again gives that 3D illusion. So I'm just fixing things up around here, and now I'm going to add some bubbles. So in like a glass of soda pop, ginger ale or Sprite are the two that I think of when you see the bubbles. They start off at the bottom, and then they're really big, but then they go up to really small, and by the time they get to the top, they're popping and they're spraying all over the place. So that's kind of what I was trying to do here. And they always go up in like straight lines, which is really, really cool. If anybody knows why it does that, let me know in the comments below. That'd be really interesting to know why it does that with, I guess, the carbonation. So I used the metallic purple pearl by DecoArt for those dark little circles. And now I am using some metallic purple pearl mixed in with some white pearl. And I'm just adding these extra little dots all over the place, just to, again, make it look sparkly and fun. And now I'm going to put little starbursts all throughout the little spots here and there, and be random with it. You don't need to be exact, just be random wherever you feel that there should be a little sparkle. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to take this opportunity to say thanks again for joining me today. If you like the video, the fastest and easiest way to let me know is to give me the thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, I urge you to hit that subscribe button. And don't be shy, hit the notification bell, and it'll let you know every time I post something new. And I know I've been a little bit behind on my scheduling, but I think I'm back on track. So you definitely don't want to miss anything. This is the first of 4. And like I said, I wanted to do a lot more, but these are the ones that I got done. And I honestly think they are spectacular. Like, they're amazing. So I had a lot of fun doing them, and I really hope you have fun watching, and I really hope you have fun trying them. I'd really like to know too, if you try these, you just leave me a comment below, or you can hop on over to my Facebook page and let me know over there. So all those links will be in the description, as well as all of the brand names and the names of the paints colors that I'm using so that if you wish to use the same colors, those are there. But I want you to please know that these are just suggestions. They're not what you have to do. Make this potion yours. Make it any color you want. Make it green, make it blue, make it pink, whatever color you want. This is where your imagination becomes part of the painting and makes it yours. So now I added a little bit of white bloops there on the potion part of the bottle just to make it shiny, to make the bottle itself shiny. And now I'm going to add a little tag. And this tag is going to have the word Elixir on it. I'm so sorry. It's just fun. And now I'm going to put on the little string that is tied around the neck of the bottle that holds that label in place so that when you are making your potions and you need like, I don't know, unicorn tears and bat dander. I don't know. Eye of newt, all of those fun things to make your amazing potions. This is how you're going to tell which one is which by adding this little label. So I have to let it dry before I can do my details on it. So what I'm doing is I am going around with black paint and my fine lining brush to clean up all of the edges and make the shape the way that I want it to be. So this way, it gives it a little bit more of a defined look, separates it from the background, and I can put in any little extra details if I want. So this gives me the freedom to be able to do that at this point, and maybe even clean up or thin out any of the lines that I think they're a little bit too thick. So the tariffs are still going on. We still have issues with that. My Etsy shop is still closed. I don't know when or if it will ever be opened again. But like I have mentioned before in a few other videos, I do have what's called Buy Me a Coffee. So if you wish to support my channel in any way that you can, or if you want, you can go over to the Buy Me a Coffee link. It's in the description below. And you can click on that and you can leave a donation to help support my channel. Unfortunately, I can't do any selling on Etsy right now. And that's where I did make some money, but it's just not going to happen because of these tariffs. So I do apologize for that. And I know it's not my place to apologize because that's out of my control, but it just makes it really hard for the small business people like myself and many others that use that as a form of income to supplement what we already have. So there is that option. I'm not asking you to go and do it. I'm asking you if you wish. There is that option. Just to let you know, it is available. So I painted the little tag, kind of like a mixture of the purple Pizzazz and some white, and made it a light color. I am going to go in once this is dried up a bit, and I'm going to go in with some more black paint and maybe make this a little bit smaller because it just, okay, so to me, it just doesn't look like a tag. It just looks like something that's hanging off the edge of the bottle. So at this point, I mean. So what I'm going to do is I will go in with some black paint and I will straighten that up and make it look a little better so that it does look like a tag. And I will write the word Elixir on there. So I promise there might be one or two more times I say that, but then that's it, no more. So I added the string on there and I made it look like it's going through just by adding a little half circle there. And it gives the illusion that there's actually a hole in the tag for the string to be tied through. And then the actual tying of this tag is at the back, so you can't see it. So I didn't bother painting it in. And now I'm just fixing up, like I said, the tag itself, just to make it look a little bit more of a tag. And it will look more like a tag once I get the word Elixir on there. Okay, that was number one. I got one more. And the funny thing is that, I've been saying this word elixir. I actually spell it wrong on the original part of this, and I had to go back and fix it. So, anyways, there you have it, folks. Life is what you make it, so get creative.